So I was thinking, what if you want to make a small or affordable vlogging setup? You know, what's the smallest you can get, or what's the most affordable you can get, and what's the best options for that? So, disclaimer, it's not actually my setup. It's a friend's borrowing it from, but it's pretty cool. It's just a GoPro, a microphone, and a GorillaPod in short. A little more to it, I'll show you all that, but it's pretty nice and convenient. It doesn't weigh anything. It's only a couple $100 for the entire setup. It's pretty small, it's pretty affordable. It's not the greatest quality, but for the price, it's pretty hard to compare with. I mean, the sound's not that bad. Video's not that bad. It's really small. I can put it in my pocket. It's really cool for that reason alone. Now, this thing also has built-in stabilization as well, so it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be like if you're using a gimbal or you're using a nice high-quality Sony that has in-body built-in stabilization, but it does still stabilize. It's still just going to give you a little bit better footage. You don't have to pay anything extra for that either. Also, I'm going to try and film some B-roll with it, some slow motion, and just kind of give you an idea of what you can do with it. It's not ideal for it, but let's say this camera is all you got, it's all you can take with you, or it's just the only one you have at all. You can still get B-roll, you can still talk to it, you can still vlog with it, you can still film with it. It still does the job. Alright, so the general setup on this camera is, for this one specifically, it's a GoPro Hero 5, but you can use this with other GoPros, it's not an issue. There is a case on here. It's actually a really cool case because it's got a lens filter like cap. So in front of the GoPro sensor, there's actually room for lens filter. So if you want to put an ND filter on there or just a regular filter or anything, you can, which is really cool. Just having that versatility with the GoPro, being able to put an ND filter, bring your ISO down, it's just nice. Secondly, just a cheap little Joby GorillaPod. It's cheap, it's affordable, does the job right. And a Rhodes little micro mic. And there is a little GoPro adapter you need to use for the Rhodes mic. You can't plug it directly into the GoPro, but there's a little adapter. I'll have links for everything in the description, but you can build something like this for about $300, which, you know, for any other vlogging setup, Canon M50, you're gonna be around $600 to $700. Any of the Sony Alpha models, like the A6000 or A6500 or anything like that, you're gonna be closer to $1,000. This one, you have a vlogging setup for pretty affordable. Pretty much anyone can afford this one, and it's really, really small. So if you're not worried about the price, but just something small, you can't really argue with the size on this thing. It's tiny, which is great. Throw it in your pocket when you're done using it. All right, now I apologize if the sound's not very good. I have the microphone on here right now because I want you to see what the whole thing actually looks like. But just look how small it is. Look at how convenient. You can put this in your pocket. You can hold on to it for a long time and not have to worry about going tired because it weighs a bunch. You know, it's just really, really small. And it's just really easy to use. Another thing you should take into consideration as well is it's a GoPro. So, you know, if you accidentally drop it in the water or you drop it or it gets hit by a car or something, doesn't matter what, it's a GoPro. These things are pretty strong. So it's just another plus about it. Now, that doesn't mean this thing is perfect though. The image quality, it's not the greatest. I mean, even though you do have 4K on here, it's not the greatest 4K. The 1080, it's not the greatest 1080. The slow motion, it's not the greatest slow motion, so on and so on. But it has it all. So even though it's not the greatest, you are also saving a lot of money. So it's hard to really complain about having something that might not have the greatest slow motion, but is a fraction of the cost of other things. Or not the greatest 4K, but do you need 4K for vlogging? Is it really important? So I have my Sony a7 II with me. Put a little video of them side by side, that way you can just see the difference in them. The Sony, without a Joby, without a case, without a microphone, it's almost the same size. So I mean, it really is a small, compact system. If you saw the video I did recently of the Canon M50, it's also a small camera. This is even smaller. It's not quite as good as the M50, but it's still really, really small. So if that's what you're looking for, this might be the right one. So to answer the question, can you vlog for affordable or for having a small vlogging setup? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're going to be right around $300 for this. As far as price goes, there's not a lot of other cameras that you can do nearly as much with this. Have actually a decent microphone, have the camera itself, have some sort of stand or handle for it, and then just the size. I mean, I don't know of anything smaller than this that can get anywhere near as good image quality as a GoPro. GoPros don't have the best quality, but for the size, it's really hard to compete or complain with that. So can you vlog smaller on a budget? Yeah, I think this is probably the best option that you can do, honestly.